talking about the reward cards that dropped. First of all, I think they're pretty freaking awesome. I really looked at them pretty closely today. And one thing that nobody should be doing right now, in my opinion, is purchasing those cards. I mean, this is the time to sell them, to be
That's
honest. What do you
probably
think,
it.
Gank?
That's very accurate. I mean, like right now, this is just like the beginning of the supply, and these reward cards are going to have heavy supplies. They're going to those prices will fall in line with the other reward cards at some point before they start pushing up. So you know, definitely an opportunity to like grind a couple dollars here or there if you want to get rid of your reward cards now, and then you know just start leveling them up in a little bit here once the prices kind of level out, because you're going to see some players that are just going for it and willing to pay that premium. And so you know that will hold the prices up a little bit. You'll probably see them like edging down pretty often, but yeah, get in there while the getting's good.
And you know, another thing we talked about actually a lot over the last 2 weeks when I
Parachute
was at
planes.
it, other than parachute planes, were the value in the old ranked reward cards. You know, the Pellicors and the Veneri, all those reward cards. And if you look now, the floors have raised up almost 50 to 60% on those. And so I was buying them for 0.015 cents.
So yeah,
So
that
day.
That had a lot to do with some of the bot farms really stepping up to try to prepare for these games and stuff, which is, you know, kind of hilarious because a lot of these farms were selling these cards nonstop.
For dirt
Now
cheap.
they're buying them back for a little bit more, and then also realizing like that's not even enough, that they need to either start leveling them up or you know, having a more of a complex strategy. The way a lot of those bot farms are working is that their bots work with just, you know, a handful of cards, you know, some of the most common cards, and it's not that sophisticated of a program for most of them, and so they're focused on just buying up certain cards. So if you know, some of those cards definitely are some of those cards that you see popping in price that much. Some of them popped up in price and then fell back once those people collected all those ones they needed, and then, you know, the demand, you know, the supply kind of filled it back in. But then there's also the legendary summoner that got announced for life, so that pushed up a couple cards in life that seem to are going to go well with the new legendary summoner. And so
The core conjurer specifically.
the conjurer, there's also a little reflecting tank that also had a nice day when that came out. So, you know, and you can kind of expect that with the other legendary summoners as well. As they pop up, they will affect the values of a few other cards as people try to figure out what cards are going to be paired up with these regularly when they're played, and if they're going to be played often.
Yeah, and the meta's changing, and it's going to change again when Modern and Wild comes out. It's going to be a whole, and all these new cards that just dropped, as they get, you know, leveled up and people start playing them, all of a sudden things are going to change again.
It's changing as we speak.
Yeah.